Coming up, one call center is laying off hundreds of employees across our region. We'll have more on how officials in one county are trying to help. Meanwhile, several people are injured after a shooting at a California mall. And we are learning more about the 2 people killed in a Laurel County crash Monday night.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on Wednesday, July the 3rd. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. Well, some of you got in on the rain action yesterday. Some of you were clear. Let's bring in Brandon to see who might be able to get in on a little bit of that action today. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, and basically the same as yesterday. Scattered chances for showers and storms. You may be in one community and then 10 miles down the road, you not see a drop. And the other folks did see quite a bit of rain. So again, just keep that in mind today. Scattered is the word of the day this morning. Widespread fog. Let's take a look outside the WIMT studios, and we are fogged in here across our region this morning. Up on Buffalo Mountain, though, you see some fog in the distance, but not there on top of the ridges. Very dense fog, zero visibility. Logan, Pikeville, close to it there. Somerset, Wise, and Jonesville, low visibility across most of the region. Light pinpoint Doppler radar, we're watching this one little shower up near Moorhead there in southern parts of Rowan County, and then going back over toward Carter County on I-64, but for the most part, that's the only game in town this morning. Mid to upper 60s for temperatures, some low 70s out into central Kentucky. Your coffee forecast, iced coffee for today, extra large on that because it's still going to be around 86 by this afternoon. The full forecast is on the way here in the next few minutes. Will?
All righty, this morning, several emergency crews are responding to a major fire at a Jim Beam bourbon aging facility. Officials on site said that 2 barrels in the facility caught fire around 11:30 Tuesday night before spreading to another warehouse. Crews were able to put out the flames in the second warehouse. Flames are still visible in the first warehouse 5 hours after the fire started. Officials say approximately 45,000 barrels of bourbon were in the warehouse that is still burning. No cause is confirmed and no injuries have been reported at this time. This is a developing story and will be updated as we continue to receive more information. Well, a massive layoff is possible in Perry County. Sykes announced that more than 170 people will likely lose their jobs in the fall. The company provides outsourced telephone customer service for companies. WIMT's Emily Bennett talked to the judge executive about the impact this could have in the area.
A warning no one wants to hear.
I know this is tough, but be patient. Give us a chance to work with Sykes.
Scott Alexander says Sykes lost a contract which prompted this projected layoff. The company employs people from many local counties, so the impact will be felt through a larger area.
We've become one region, and so it affects the whole region, and it sets us back.
He promises there is hope, and they are searching for a new contract.
We feel confident with the team that we've got put together that we can find someone, and we will be actively pursuing that every day.
Despite the anticipated layoffs, Alexander says his main goal is more jobs, and he is trying to recruit more companies.
We get up each day, and we know we have to create jobs and opportunity in order to change the course here.
It's a step back today, but Alexander wants to assure people he won't stop.
Well, this is a bad day for those employees at Sykes, but I want them to know that we have one of the best teams ever and that we work daily on job recruitment to change not only Perry County, we realize that we have to change all of East Kentucky.
Confident that employees should not worry just yet. In Perry County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Most of the people being laid off are customer service agents. Sykes does say it hopes to move some of its employees into virtual call center jobs. Meanwhile, nearly 200 people in Buchanan County, Virginia also got that same notice on Tuesday. The Sykes location in Van Zant has been in operation for more than 10 years. Officials say 197 employees will lose their jobs in early September. Affected employees can apply for other opportunities within the company. Sykes also has a facility in Wise. No word on any layoffs there. Well, one of the largest coal companies in the United States is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Revelation Energy and Black Jewel have mines in Harlan County and across eastern Kentucky, as well as Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley says it's not time to panic yet. and hopes this is just a way to restructure the company.
We haven't received any notices that they're laying people off. This simply just seems to be maybe a hiccup along the way, and we certainly hope that that's just the case and that people can continue to work and that they continue to mine coal.
Now, we did reach out to company officials who say they did not want to make a statement or answer any questions, but say they are working tirelessly to put miners back to work. Well, in other news this morning, officials with the Perry County Sheriff's Department are asking for your help to find people accused of illegal dumping. Deputies say the people in the picture on your screen gathered recently at a site in the Georges Branch area of the county. If you have any information on who these people might be, you can call the office at 606-439-4523 and hit option 4. A trial date is set in a Knox County murder case. Glenn Powell is accused of shooting and killing Glenn Edwards back in September. At the time, police said Edwards was driving along Higgins Hollow Road in Knox County when he became stuck in Powell's driveway after Edwards and a passenger went to look for help. Powell allegedly told them to leave his driveway, then went into his home and shot Edwards in the back, causing his death. His trial is set for November 14th. A woman has pleaded guilty in federal court to allow her boyfriend to use her 4 children for forced labor. According to documents in U.S. District Court, Tiffany Louise Walsh of Hazard pleaded guilty last week and faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Court records say the boyfriend, identified only by his initials, allegedly forced Walsh's children to make wooden plaques and other handmade items and sell them door to door, abusing them if they did not meet daily quotas, including spraying them with bleach. The documents say Walsh knew he used the money to buy lottery tickets, cigarettes, and carry out food for himself and Walsh. Walsh and her boyfriend faced dozens of charges in state court. For more information on the charges, you can visit our website, WYMT.com. Several people are recovering this morning following a shooting at a California mall. It happened at the Tanforan Mall in San Bruno Tuesday afternoon. 2 people were shot and several others were hurt trying to get away from the scene. We are told the shooting victims have life-threatening injuries. Police are looking for 2 suspects. Well, back here at home, family and friends said a final goodbye to a Pike County teen killed in an accidental shooting. Gabby McCoy's services were held at the McCoy Athletic Center yesterday afternoon. That is the gym at Phelps. Gabby was just 16 years old, and she would have been a senior this year. Well, Tuesday was a tough day for one Laurel County community. Investigators say an elementary school principal was killed in a crash Monday night. It happened around 9:30 on Old Way Road just east of London. Police say 2 cars hit head-on, killing both drivers. Hillary Thornton has more.
I've seen everybody today driving a lot slower down this road after knowing what had happened.
Much of the Laurel County community shaken after the Monday night crash along Old Way Road.
I heard a loud bang.
Neighbors running outside, seeing the impact of 2 vehicles hitting head-on just over what they call a blind hill.
It was obvious that something bad had happened there.
Passenger car traveling northbound on Old Way Road topped a hill on the wrong side of the road and hit a minivan head-on. The impact was catastrophic to both vehicles.
21-year-old James Dylan Johnson, who was driving the car, and 38-year-old Jamie Gilliam, who was driving the minivan, killed in the crash. Deputies say the damage left behind by that impact is some of the worst they've ever seen.
The passenger car even overturned backwards on its top after the impact. The impact was so severe.
Johnson, who family members say loved to fish and just recently moved to this area, was alone in the car. Gilliam was with her husband and 3 young children, all 4 of them seriously injured.
One of the worst nightmares for a first responder.
Gilliam was an educator in her home county, previously serving as principal at Johnson Elementary School, where a staff member tells us they were like a tight-knit family. And just hours before the crash, finishing her first day in her new role as Director of Pupil Personnel.
I don't think this is anything that's going to leave any of our memories anytime soon.
In Laurel County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Now, investigators did not have an update on the conditions of the 4 people injured in the crash. A man is facing several charges after a 2-county chase. London police say an officer found Michael Lewis in an improperly parked car near Levi Jackson State Park early Monday morning. When police approached the car, Lewis took off. We are told he stopped a few times, but the chase continued into Clay County, ending in downtown Manchester. He is charged with DUI, reckless driving, and driving on a suspended license. A social services visit in Laurel County ended with 2 people in jail. Tuesday morning, the sheriff's office was called to a home off of Chapel Road. When deputies got there, they found 32-year-old Ashley Hurley passed out and an 8-month-old sitting on the floor surrounded by broken glass and eating something. Police say 2 other small children were also in the home. During the investigation, deputies discovered Hurley and 26-year-old Carl Mallory, who was also in the house, were under the influence. They faced a host of charges.
Well, fog is the big story this morning. Dry for now in most locations, but one scattered shower out there in the northern parts of the area. Let's take a look at the Mountain Parkway first. That's the camera closest to it there this morning, but again, just dry and fogged over this morning, but we're seeing low visibility in a lot of areas, 0 visibility. Logan, Pikeville, close to it there. Wise, Jonesville, Somerset, and again, anything less than 5 miles is very limited visibility. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, we go just a little closer up there from Rowan County going into Morgan County there, a little shower, and then going back over into Carter County, back toward Boyd County there, and possibly the tip of Elliott County as well, up in northeastern Kentucky this morning, seeing some rain. Looking at temperatures, 64 to 72. That's kind of a range this morning, 64 in Wise and 72 Richmond. You see a couple of spots here a few degrees colder. Some are right where they were yesterday, and a couple of spots a couple of degrees warmer. 12-hour planner for today. Those chances for scattered showers and storms pick up in the heat of the day, which should be right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, how one teen used a lawnmower to create some pretty patriotic lawn art. And later, why one man is giving up an iconic collection that spans more than 100 years of history.